Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
He said no. What happened was a few of the owners for other teams, they said we just came out of the lockout, right? We just did a new CBA, and they said it was all about competitive balance. So they said if I would have went to the Lakers, it wasn't going to be the competitive balance. Now look at the league.
So in December of 2011, the NBA vetoed the Chris Paul to the Lakers trade, which was going to include like Paul Gasol, Lamar Odom, and things of that nature. And listen, Chris Paul is finally opening up about it. You know, he retired, man. He's doing a little podcast run. And I think it's interesting. So what we're going to do, we're going to play the clip, and we're going to get into my take on this. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. This is Tyler Rose TV. Let's get into today's video.
2011, we had the lockout. It was a stoppage, NBA stoppage, right? So we was doing all the NBA union stuff and all that. Next thing you know, the lockout ended. So during that lockout, y'all probably done seen them videos of them games where all us was playing them pickup games. You done seen that?
Yeah.
Where like those NBA guys I did a game in Winston-Salem that Braun, D-Wade, Melo, Kyrie, Steph. So during that lockout year, that's when like KD sort of became legendary because he was like playing at all them parks and doing all that different type of stuff. Yep. But we was all like playing game. We was all playing game. So then once the lockout ended and we had to go back to our respective teams, I got traded to the Lakers.
So what happened? Why you didn't play?
So at the time, my team was owned by the NBA, right? So New Orleans, when I played for New Orleans Hornets, the owner for my team ran out of money, right? Ran out of money. So the NBA took over my team. So the NBA was making the decisions for my team. So we came out of the lockout and the Lakers traded for me. I don't even know. Was it a trade? Paul Gasol was
Derek
going
Fisher.
somewhere, all this stuff. And next thing you know, the league rescinded it. Said, nope, ain't no trade. I was excited, but it was crazy because they when they rescinded it, what they do? They said, be ready to play the whole year back here, and then it was quiet. It was quiet. League said no. What happened was a few of the owners for other teams, they said we just came out of the lockout, right? We just did a new CBA, and they said it was all about competitive balance. So they said if I would have went to the Lakers, it wasn't going to be the competitive balance. Now look at the league.
Now, I'm gonna be frank and be honest, and all the LeBron sexuals not gonna like what I gotta say. But you know the real reason this trade was vetoed is because of this.
1, 2, 3!
Now, this may hurt for y'all to understand, but it does shift the dynamic of the league. Nobody had to have put this into play when KG was traded to the Celtics and Ray Allen was traded to the Celtics. Nobody said, oh, we can't, man, what's going on? This is crazy, bro. When LeBron James went to the Miami Heat, do you know how big of a deal that was? Some of y'all might be young and you might not remember, but he had a decision. He actually changed the landscape of the NBA. It literally shifted the landscape of the NBA. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh, everybody knows how great those players were. And at the time, it was an unbelievable thing. We're like, yo, that's crazy. Like, bro, it was viral, bro. Everybody was talking about it in school, on ESPN, everywhere. But you know, when you do things like that, when you chase cheap rings, when you team up, it does force the NBA to have some competitive balance. So this trade didn't happen simply because the big three Heat. I know that hurts. I know that hurts. I know you're going to comment, you're going to cry, you're going to be like, bro, all you talk about is LeBron, or you're a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm stating facts. If you don't think this was vetoed because LeBron went to the Heat and Chris Bosh went to the Heat and they had a big three, if you think that's not the reason this got transcended because they wanted to keep competitive balance, then you, my friend, are a delusional human being and should probably get checked into a local hospital or seek therapy because there's something wrong with you. If you think this trade did not happen because of the NBA was, needed more competitive, the NBA had a good flow of teams, bro. You had the Spurs, you had the Lakers, you had the Mavericks, you had the Celtics. Like, everybody had a decent team, right? A good team. But there was no team where, like, dude, that's overkill, bro. Like, no one had a team that was like, bro, there's nothing we can do about that team because these dudes are 26, 27 years old in their smack dab of their prime, and they teamed up in the Leastern Conference, the Leastern Conference. Bro, come on, bro. So I sit up here and I see these things, and shout out to Chris Paul, man. I really wish that Kobe could have got Chris Paul on his team. I think, honestly, Kobe and the Lakers were like, yo, we got to make a shift because the whole LeBron thing, the big three thing, like, yo, I got Paul Gasol as my second best player. This dude LeBron got Dwayne Wade as his second best player. Like, there's a big difference between Dwayne Wade and Paul Gasol. So I think the Lakers were just trying to compete. Like, listen, we got to get better, bro, because these teams are getting better. We won 2 championships in a row. You know, we didn't get to three-peat. Dallas came out of nowhere. He smacked us in the face. They smacked LeBron in the face. Listen, let's regroup. Let's get somebody. And they got Dwight Howard, of course. And unfortunately, that didn't work out when Kobe tore his Achilles. But, man, to see Chris Paul potentially with Kobe Bean Bryant on a Lakers floor, that would have been great. Both share that mentality, that killer instinct. Both players would typically really help each other grow and hold everybody accountable in that damn locker room. That would have been amazing, man. As a basketball fan, no matter who you're a fan of, bro, you want to see, you know, good basketball games, bro. And at the time, bro, when Gasol got a little bit older, Ron Artest, mental world peace, he was a shell of himself. It really was just Kobe and Bynum, and Lamar Odom was kind of falling off a little bit. Like, the team was older. You know, the team was not like a young team. Like, they were pretty older when it comes to numbers of years. Kobe at this time is, you know, close to year 17, 16. Like, you know, like, it wasn't like it was Kobe's year 7, 8, or 9, bro. Like, he was older. And he definitely needed a little bit more help at that time. And this would have been a great addition to the team. So these are my thoughts. Am I a hater? You let me know, because I don't think I'm hating. I think I'm stating facts. But facts sometimes hurt feelings. And remember, your feelings are not more important than the facts. Think about that. I'm going to see y'all later, man. Y'all boys, y'all be easy out there. All right, chill out, man. Have a good day, man. Peace.